So in this video, I've got 3 quick and easy tips to get you writing like a pro. Why I'm making back to the story. So that's some top stories. Helps people like me stop doing stupid things. Look, I haven't made a video for a little while. I've been off sick. I had the flu, but I'm now recovering. So I'm just about back. But I'm going to make this video short, mostly because it's a very hot day here in Townsville, Queensland, Australia. It's about 38 degrees outside. And it's heating up in here. I've had to turn the air conditioning off, so the sound isn't so bad. So I'll keep things short and sweet. Anyway, let's stop rabbiting on. Let's get on with it. So these tips apply to most forms of academic writing, whether you're a student or an academic. They're also tips that apply to most forms of writing outside of academia, where you're in a professional role of some sort, say a situation where you're producing a report for your employer. Now, the 3 tips are all about adopting a critical voice in your writing. And the best way to get that critical voice is to find yourself a critical friend. It doesn't have to be a real person. It can be an imaginary person. So here's my imaginary critical friend. Oh, hold on. Wait, you probably can't see them. Let me apply some magic dust. I'm losing my credibility as an academic now. So there they are. So they're always there. They're always looking over my shoulder whenever I'm writing or talking. I think I just made that sound more creepy than I should have. So whether your critical friend is real or imagined, you need them to be looking over your shoulder whenever you're writing, and you need them to say 3 things to you. And these can be summed up as thing number 1, no it's not. Thing number 2, so what? And thing number 3 is, what's it got to do with me? So number 1 is all about backing up your statements and defending your arguments, particularly backing up any factual statements you make. Number 2 is all about persuading your reader that your work is important. And number 3 is all about persuading your reader that your work is relevant to them. So let's start with number 1. This is where your critical friend is going to disagree with everything that you write and say. They think you're a big fat liar. So imagine Donald Trump, if you like, saying everything you write is fake news. He's not still president, is he? He is? Oh my God. So what you have to do is to respond to that. Respond to being called a liar. So if you've made a fact-based claim, you need to provide evidence that you have got your fact right. And the easiest way to do that is to cite a credible source for your fact. Where did you get that fact from? And a credible source usually means something that's peer-reviewed by people who know about the topic. And for us in academia, it's usually peer-reviewed by academics. So published in a reputable academic journal. But you can also cite government statistics and so on. But some of our members of parliament, especially in Australia, kind of make things up. So watch out for that. Basically, you need to show how people knowledgeable in the area have supported the claim that you have just made, i.e., they have staked their professional reputation on that claim being correct. So say you're writing a paper on the importance of sleep, and you state that the percentage of Australians who don't get enough sleep is around 40%. Your critical friend responds with, no it's not. So you need to respond to that by writing, oi, look, these are statistics that have been reported in the academic press. They're in academic journals. Or you could say, these are figures that are regularly reported on government health websites. So you're showing the source of that fact claim. So that's with a fact-based claim. Sometimes you make an argument that's not a fact claim, and there you need to defend your argument. But I talk about that in another video, which is on critical thinking. So go have a look for that on my channel if you feel a bit wobbly about how to defend an argument. Now, you don't want to go overboard with this stuff. If you state something like, we all need sleep, and your critical friend responds, no, we don't, you're likely to respond back, oh, come on, don't be stupid, you're being unreasonable now. You're just arguing for the sake of arguing. So when you start to get really peeved off with your critical friend, it might be a sign that they've taken things too far. They're being an idiot. They're just questioning things that actually don't really need to be questioned. It's a sign that you don't need to back up your statement, because only a fool really would doubt the claim that you've just made. But sometimes it's really hard to get this right. When to tell your critical friend just to zip it. It's hard because you're having to discern when you're citing common knowledge and when you're making an unsubstantiated claim or assertion. Okay, thing number 2, the response from your critical friend, the second type of response from your critical friend. This is the so what question. So here, when you state that 40% of Australians don't get enough sleep, your critical friend says, so what? Now you need to respond by saying why getting too little sleep is a problem. So you might say that there is a link between lack of sleep and various health conditions. Again, once you make that claim, expect your critical friend to say, no, it isn't. So you need to remember to back up those claims by citing their source. So let's get on to the third response that's coming from your critical friend. So you've already shown to them that your statement is credible, that your statement is important, and your critical friend then comes in with one final dig and they say, what's it got to do with me? So here what you need to say, how you need to respond, is show how your arguments are relevant to the person you're writing for. So if you're writing for other psychologists, you might state, for example, that because sleep deprivation has negative psychological effects, it's a topic that's important to psychologists, as psychology is very much focused on promoting psychological health. So there you go. No, it's not. So what? And what's it got to do with me? Once you've silenced your friend by responding to those questions, you've probably produced a really good piece of writing. So you'll be writing like a pro. Okay, let's stop there before I start sweating. That's all for now. Until next time, ta-da.